All right, I'm live. Uh, ooh, Gotta clear my throat. Sorry. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna share my screen, entire screen, share. Cool effect. Incoming now. Cool. Yeah, nice. All right. So as you can see, I have a lot of stuff open in the background. What I'm primarily doing though is optimizing my cBot. Um, it is a range breakout bot. Um, It has a lot of different filters on it to make sure that it's, you know, taking the right trades. Several different take profit methods, several different stop loss methods, or trailing stop loss methods. The initial stop loss is one method. It's a very specific about the, well, it's kind of a toggle. Uh, well, it's not the, let's see. Okay, so pivot level 2. This was the best result for pivot level 2 on the 1-to-1, which is the bot sets its range at the 1 a.m. hour. It's letting it lets itself. I allow it to optimize for the exact minute that it sets the range and how far back it looks. Okay, so this is 2. I'm not so great at explaining things. I need a file name. Where did my file name go? Let's click load, not save. All right. So this best result for save. This computer's giving me problems. So I think that went to the right place. Yes. Okay. Okay. So when I'm right, what I'm doing right now is optimizing my bot hour by hour for it breaking out of its range for that hour and targeting the daily pivot point, um, which is a mathematical calculation based on the movement of the price of the asset, which is gold, um, in this case. Uh, so yeah, that's what I'm doing. Uh, make sure I am logging as I go. Uh, I'm looking for the best parameter set to do a deep dive optimization on. To each of these are the best result that could have happened from that hour's range um, with the current settings, the default settings for the bot. I can optimize it further using the filters. So this is just telling me which ones I should focus on first. All right. So we'll get into how that works eventually. Um, explaining as I go is taking up a lot of time. All right. This is I got a log to 287.22 net profit. Custom core first. 0. Seriously? Hide. Go away. All right. 287.22. Next equity drawdown. 564.49. Profit factor. 10. All right. And yes, I'm aware that I'm not seeing good results yet. That's kind of the point. Or I'm not seeing the best results yet. Uh, I will be checking up on other things while I Westy. Go Westy. While I optimize. These passes are short, so I'm not going to do any gaming right now. I'm just trying to get my bot together to be ready to take off. I think I'm going for my own range breakout here, you know. This result from oh, thank you. All right. Best result from 2.5. 0 score, unfortunately. Really. Okay. So I guess that's not going away. Net profit 59879. Max drawdown. 88. Oh, yeah, I've got it auto calculating the recovery factor. Profit factor is 1.2. Let's split, divide by zero errors there. Once the net profit and max equity drawdown are put in there together, they give me the recovery factor. Next thing to do is 3.0. Or just 3, I guess. I would like some fun. So I shall search for some water. I should have two protein 2Os. This will also work. Bring your protein. Shake. Where the protein 2Os went. They're both are in. Yeah. See, short optimizations. So this is 3. I didn't save 2.5. All right, save 3. Go back to 2.5. The first log 3. 1234.04. $609.51. Oops. So what was my 0? .45. Yeah, you'll notice that my custom score is returning a lot of zeros. That is what's. I do not expect broad parameter passes like this to, oh, excuse me, return good custom scores. This is just a very broad search. How much money could I make at this hour? or with this opening range. Uh, Always keep at least one lighter in your glasses holder if you're a smoker. You get lost in the sunglasses holder under the seat. Oh, sunglasses holder. Four more minutes on 20. It's actually kind of cool that some of these results, like I'm brute forcing the entire fucking um the entire market, you know, like the entire time frame. To yeah, it is amazing that I'm even getting non-zero, positive value on my custom get fitness score with just the default settings. It's that's just awesome. The reasoning behind that is fuck. Okay, so have a look at my code and I'll show you why. Uh, or should I say Gemini's code? Yeah, I use Google's Gemini for most of my coding work. It helps me a lot, as in writes it for me, and then I just clean up the mess afterward. And yes, there are a lot of messes, and I've gone through a lot of reverts because filters got changed and parameters got dropped and variables were misplaced, and yeah, it's been all sorts of screwy. But this, my custom fitness method, this is what really gets you money. Um, so first off, we have initial safety checks. If args.net profit arguments net profit um, is less than or equal to zero, return the net profit. So that score is saying if it doesn't make money or breaks even, it, you know, let the bot know that. Um, if total trades is equal to one, return a score of zero because of a safety implement later on that causes this score spike. Um, I don't remember what the problem was. I might figure it out while I'm explaining how this works. If total trades is less than 75, return zero score because you have to have a certain number of trades at least for statistical significance. So to like to know for sure that um know for sure is not the right term there. To be confident that your results are good, that your results are accurate. So then we have a check if it's crypto or not, because crypto trades on a different week than the rest of the world. Um, crypto trades 24/7. The forex market, and the commodity market, the various international markets, that big market, what that market, it is only 24/5, not 24/7. Crypto is 24/7. So we have a check for if it's crypto or not. Not sure what this line's about. There's the what I was just talking about. Weeks, trades per week, frequency penalty. Trades per week. Um, Honestly, if you're not meeting a minimum number of trades per week, then like looking over your historical data, taking at least one trade per week. Like, dude, uh, you're probably looking at, I'd say you're gambling, not trading. Uh, I might be wrong. I don't know, but that's if my bot doesn't trade often enough, it gets penalized. Um, so then there's the trades themselves, the regression, the linear regression, the R score. Um, so how straight or jagged the equity curve is. Um, so we then have a base score of the profit factor multiplied by the recovery factor, net profit divided by equity drawdown, multiplied by the win rate, multiplied, or hold up, yeah, multiplied by math log 10 of the total trades, uh, so that it more trades is better, so that it if it doesn't have enough trades for statistical significance, it gets a worse score basically. Um, then divided by math.max 0.1 args.max equity drawdown percentages. So we divide by drawdown, so we penalize it for having high drawdowns. Um, then we multiply by the net profit percentage. So the percentage profit gained, not the percentage of the account, not the absolute dollar amount. Then you multiply that by the linearity again, how straight the equity curve is. Like, so we don't get like moonshots. Moonshots are okay if they're reliable moonshots, you know. Um, anyway, and we divide by the equity drawdown again to punish drawdown heavily, make it exponential. All right. Um, that's if it's greater than or equal to 10. Uh, so like most prop firms, which is what I trade through, proprietary trading firms, will limit your maximum drawdown to 10%. So anything that goes over 10% gets an additional divisor. It gets divided by the drawdown again to hurt the score worse. So it has to be really, really, really good if it takes um, greater than 10% drawdown to get a good score. Because that way I can adjust risk parameters. Say it's a really good set. I just need to use less value. You know, it's a good setup. Just I can't. Uh, Yeah. Anyway, then there's the why did I comment out the frequency penalty? Oh, I was doing a short back test for a while. Um, okay. So yeah, I'll have to backspace to the gotcha. Okay. Anyway, now that's back to doing what it's doing. Um, yeah. That's my custom Get Fitness score. That score makes sure that it's reliable returns, not just moonshots. Yeah. Um, yeah. Hopefully that was explained well because I am not good at explaining. 3.5. Was this 3.5? This was 3.5. Okay. 724.94. Also was pretty sure it was 0. Oh, it was 0.1. I don't think it'll take a trade penalty. Fair enough. 7.494. What was drawdown? 442.36. Profit factor 1.28. But yeah, this heat map will tell me where I should focus my deep dive on actually refining the setup to make it as good as it can be. You know, like the really red ones are places where I probably would not trade that. Like at all. Would not put that live. Um, but yeah. Uh, because just because it's green doesn't mean it's ready to go live either. That means it's ready for further optimization. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to best use my time, and this seems to be the best way to do it. Step by step. Uh, Pivot points for actual market accuracy. Um, yeah, excuse me. I'll go hour by hour, and I will go over the full day, and I will branch out into other assets later on. But for right now, that is what I am doing. We will see how it turns out. Hoping these people do not mind if I use the electrical outlet here. Save log form. He doesn't, and we shouldn't. Hate is the antithesis of love. The other thing was my beliefs about God, things to him that are rather the result of human choice. Kind of where I was going with that passage I sent to you. He's God. He's good. He's love. He isn't what people think he is, that's for sure. The other thing was the self righteousness, the pride, thinking I had it all figured out. I tell you, Pastor, there's not a humbling experience like having the man himself tell you got your wires crossed. God has a way of putting us back in our place for sure, and I'm thankful that he loves us enough to keep doing it. Me too. I've lived an odd life, Pastor. I'm about to make it even more odd. Odd in comparison to modernity. I lived my life the way I did up to this point for a reason. I'm about to pass my proprietary trading firm evaluation. After that, I get to manage an account owned by the Fivers, an Israeli company. As I gain profit, my account will scale up. I can have multiple accounts as long as I diversify properly, and my program can do that. I can have three high stakes accounts, each eventually scaling to $500,000 salary. I can have three boot camp accounts scaling up to 4 million managed. And I can have 8 hypergrowth accounts. Those accounts are a total funded rather than a set number. Smallest starting account is 5K, and I can have up to 40K in starting balance on hypergrowth accounts. I will eventually be managing $44.5 million and taking 100% of the profits I make. The firm copies the trades of successful traders as well as a salary. And my program took 16% profit between December and February to pull me out of a massive drawdown I was in before this program had passed one. It took 4% profit just the other day, clearing my 2% drawdown, putting me in 2% in profit, another 3%, and I pass, and all of this begins. The reason for how I have lived my life is that I knew this day was coming. I have a gift, prophecy. I decided to basically do the opposite of what Yeshua did to spread the word. I chose to live my early adulthood as problematically as possible while still remaining able to deliver the message. Why? Because of course a perfect man loves others and serves others, but people aren't perfect. And I've reached as far into the darkness as I'm able to, so that when I'm managing these accounts and producing millions per year, I can be a bad example instead of a good one. Hey, even the guy with the seriously checkered past can put his resources to use helping people instead of sitting on the money. Yeshua is a poor example, as in monetarily poor. I intend to be an example to the rich, and I'm going to need help. I intend to tithe to the church, of course, and I have some ideas of my own on how to help my fellow man once I have the money. The help I'll need is in identifying what I overlook while trying to make things better. Thinking on church today, I wanted to share some thoughts I had. As a Sunday school, I won't inspect what may be in your eye whilst I have many beams in mine own eye. I'm not fit to pass judgment. I'm just curious about how you all use the Bible and curious about things regarding your faith in the Bible and curious about what this is all plural, by the way. I mean, Christianity, what it means to be Christian. I've told you what I've told you thus far for a reason, Pastor. More subtle than any beast of the Lord, shit, any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the garden. God hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto Eve thereof, Then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And the Lord God said, Behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat and live forever. Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man. Do you see why it's problematic? Yes, God did put them out of the garden. Sin always has consequences. But God also made a way to repair this broken relationship. The first foreshadows of the cross and Jesus' atoning sacrifice are given in the garden too. Genesis 3:15, King James Version, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Read that verse carefully. Her seed, God slain from the foundation of the world for all of mankind's sin. Also, Genesis 3:21, King James Version. Unto Adam also and to his wife did the Lord God make coats of skins and clothed them. God has to shed blood to make coverings for Adam's and Eve's nakedness, sin. Again, a picture of Christ and the cross. Sin created a divide between God and man, but God bridged that divide with his only begotten Son. That isn't at all the point, Pastor. There were no lies told by the serpent. They did eat of the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil, and they did become as one of us, able to distinguish good from evil. What would have happened if Adam ate the tree of life before eating of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil? If Adam and Eve had eaten from the tree of life after they had sinned, they would have become eternal sinners, as in immortality without the possibility of forgiveness. This would result in everlasting suffering and separation from God. If they had eaten from the tree of life before sinning, they would have again become immortal, something like angels. Why would it result in everlasting separation from God? They could have turned away from their sin. Yep, he has not responded. Uh, see what he says. Like what else doing? Uh, a 49. Score. Minus 68. And 1.4. All right. Next we do 5.5. Yeah, my cousin John is uh he's installing Palea. And we might be able to play plus cross each 733.83. Oh, probably zero, right? Yeah. 689.74. Six. Okay. I've been on 20 in a while. Okay. I've landed in Canada. Ooh, I can get plushies. Yes. All right, travel home. Yeah. Canada's about a half-hour flight, I think, 33 minutes. Uh, so thereabouts. So if that happened, get back up there with the others. Weirdo. Take it. Zero, four, yeah, 101. Beef. What for up again? Profit factor. What the? 1.53. Logged 6.5. My phone, I'm currently playing Dungeon Crusher. Oh, never mind. Optimization stopped. Okay, this was not a good one at all. 6.5. It did technically turn profit, but it's not a good set. 0, 50.09. Right. 905.95. 107. 5.95. 107. Yeah. Ruby red. No, what? Sorry, we missed. Okay. Um, 660.2. Seven. Oh, it is now. That's what I'm going. I want working button. Button. Sensation is not there.